One thing we know that water is life. Water is life. The focus on having the community access safe and clean and affordable water is also very critical here, because it's every human being's right to access clean, affordable, available water.
Water and sewerage services provision has gone through transformation after the Water Act of 2002. Population growth has actually been booming, especially in the urban centers. Buildings are coming up, roads are coming up, industries are coming up. All of that is coming up at a very high pace within the urban centers. The necessity of companies actually to improve their capacity in coping with the demands expected actually from such growth was there. Naivasha Water never picked it up.
The taps ran dry most of the time. I am a resident of Naivasha, and I knew about Naivasha just having that stench from the sewer, and Naivasha flooding because the manholes were blocked very, very often.
As Vitens Evides International, we came in this beautiful town of Naivasha, and we met a drinking water and sanitation company, which was in a very low state of operational. The town was overflowing with sewer, hardly water access for people, and we were asked together with SNV and WSUP to try to bring this company completely up to better operation standards.
It is important that different partners, they bring their comparative advantage to the table. That was the thinking behind bringing all partners together. Vitens Evides International, being a Dutch utility, has a technical expertise as well as really the knowledge in terms of how utilities should be performing, what kind of tools and technologies and approaches could be used to address non-drinking water challenges. So basically the Vitens Evides International is the lead partner, both in terms of managing the project as well as bringing the Dutch expertise into the Kenyan water sector, and in this particular case to the Naivasha Water and Sewerage Company.
As Vitens Evides International, we come into this company, we try to create a basis of trust. We normally put a resident project manager, like myself. He is attached to the drinking water company for 4 years. The first problems I was confronted with was the fact that the municipality had to sue the water and sewerage company for not being able of controlling their sewer bursts. So when I came in, basically the first 2 days, I was confronted with this problem and we started thinking of a solution. Okay, with my investment budget, for me it was very easy to procure what we call sewer rods to unblock your sewer, which is creating the sewer blocks. There was another problem we analyzed. People use the open manholes, the broken manhole covers, as a dump pit for their solid waste, normal household taka rubbish. They were not repaired because there were no funds. That was the answer from the company. We started procuring a contractor who repaired 215 manhole covers. The sewer burst started straight away reducing. The next thing we did was just making a very simple preventative maintenance schedule. So nowadays, why do we in Naivasha not have any sewer bursts anymore? Is because once a week, and when it rains, twice a week, the guys go down in the manholes, they empty whatever is there, we take it out preventative and we don't get sewer blockages anymore. So what I have tried to do, I became a member in attendance of the board of directors, where I can get a very good overview of what is going on in the company, what is going around, where are the decisions to be made, and I can adapt my program to it. What is the good thing? The formula of Vitens Evides International. I can call in experts from Holland who come from the drinking water companies. They can come for 3 weeks and train the staff who need to execute these jobs on how to do it best. So we started introducing systems with the help of experts from the Netherlands to work together with the staff of the drinking water company. And I think that is also the strength of what we come and do.
We have increased the level of services provision and also the quality of those services. We have managed actually to rehabilitate most of the infrastructure which had collapsed. The customers, they have seen all the solutions of water service provision. They can only be done by Naivasha Water. At the time they came in, the total revenue for the year was only 21 million. Today, as we are talking, after the 4 years, we are talking of, we have to cross at 93 million. So this one is a huge improvement from where it used to be.
You need close to 6 liters of water to make a liter of beer. In a brewery of 1 million hectoliter, that's 100 million liters in a year. You will need 6 to probably up to even 900 million liters of water. We need consistent supply of good quality water. Naivasha Water has really helped us run the brewery. Since inception, we've gotten supply, consistent supply from Naivasha Water.
Some years ago, there were always some issues about running, about distribution, and about supply to various consumers, both domestic and also commercial supply of water. It was difficult. We somehow still managed using water from supplies from tankers without having, piped water, but it was difficult and expensive. Currently, we have continuous supply of water that is available 24/7.
SNB's another important role was to ensure that the board of directors and the senior management team within the utility, they understand the corporate governance practices and potentially even learn from the developed country like Netherlands in terms of how they are managing the utilities in the developed world.
When I talk about corporate governance, we are talking about systems that you're putting in place in order to manage a company. So in essence, with the focal point that you normally start with is the board of directors. So we ensure that they follow the guidelines that are there, set out by the regulator, who is WASREP in this case. The organization trickles down from the board of directors to the employee who goes to the field. So once the board of directors embrace this kind of approach, they're able to do the operations in a more open way. The way they carry out the practices or the day-to-day operations will also influence the people who are below them. You're able to get feedback from the person who is at the field level, then this goes up. So there is upward communication and there is downward communication. So that is very key for the sustainability of a company.
I can tell you for a fact that when I took my oath of office in 2012, I had no idea what it was supposed to do to bring water to the communities that we serve. And other members of the board, apart from possibly 2, echoed the same sentiments. But SNV and VEI and other organizations supported us to get a vision and a mission for the company. And when we were able to begin to understand, then we were introduced to the corporate governance best practices by WASREP. Again, by SNV. So anytime we were making decisions, it was like, what are you basing your decision on? And somehow the SNV helped us to break that into pieces.
Mbeleni tulikuwa tunahangaika sana kwa sababu tulikuwa tunatoa maji kwenye mto. Na kutoka kwenye mto hiyo maji si safi ya kunywa, na pia kwa kufulia ama kufanyia mambo yote ya nyumba haikai safi. But wakati hii ilikuja wamefurahia, hata matokeo unaweza yaona.
Tulikuwa tunachota hapo mbeleni huko River Malewa. Ikijaa mafuriko kama sasa, maji ni chafu. Tukitumia huwa inaweka nguo stain, ukifua na nguo inabaki ikiwa stain. Ukunywa hata si maji poa by the way, cause watu wanaogea huko, wamama wanafulia huko. Sioni yani mtoto wangu akigonjeka cause hiyo day tulikuwa tunatumia maji ya Malewa. Sometimes anahara. Sasa hii hapo sawa. Sasa ndio maana venye hii ililetwa ilitusaidia sana.
Kwa bei saa hii imepunguza bei kwa kuwa mbeleni walikuwa wananunua shilingi 5 ile imechotwa kwa mto. But for now ni shilingi 3 kuja kujichotea kwa haya maji safi. Kwa hivyo imepunguza kwa shilingi 2 kutoka hii project ianze.
Yes, tangazo. Tunatangazia wakazi wote wa site ni kwamba Naivasha Water Sewerage and Sanitation Company imekita kambi hapa mjini site. Hii ni kwa minajili ya kuwasajili watu ili watu waweze kupata maji safi kwenye maploti yao. Na kwa hivyo,
if the customers are not happy, if they are not satisfied with the services of the utility, that system does not work sustainably. So the focus we are having was how can Naivasha utility improve their communication with the consumers on the ground so that both the utility is happy and the customers are satisfied. That was the third area of our support.
We have been able to engage consumers and trying to get their feedback. In this sense, basically helping Naivasha to document complaints that are coming in, then use those complaints to better the services of the company. So this kind of creates a demand for better services from the company.
My complaint was that I can't access water into my house. I have to get it from vendors. So my query was how I can get the water to my house so that it will be convenient for me, it will be cheaper for me, it will even make my work and life easier. It's very important to have at least water. I know where the source is. I know how clean it is, because I know if Naivasha Water was the one supplying, at least there's a bit of trust with the water, because I know they purify it, they take it through the process that is required. But when I get it from the vendor, I don't know if they got it from a borehole that is contaminated or what. And having a child around, I'm not very sure how safe that water is.
Originally, the program was designed as a 4-year program. Once the organization had been changed in the first 2 years, they are catching up on concrete results like output of water, non-revenue water, reaching number of households we had expected enormously. So what we are doing now is we're intending to extend the project with another 2 years to have even more output as expected. So we are expecting to reach more households than originally planned. And if investors see that money can be made out of water, there are also Kenyan investors for the long term who are maybe willing to invest in a water company over here.
As a water company, this is a business. It is a business where we are meant to make profit, not losses. So the balance between the two, how do we maintain the business model, but at the same time have the almost corporate social responsibility approach. where we know we are helping the communities access water, even the poorest of the poor communities access water, sanitation and sewer services in ways that bring the dignity to their lives, but still not make losses for the company. So that it's a win-win situation for the whole community.